Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Fatina Binti Abdul Rahman. My number metric is 257938. Our group will be discussed about the financial pressure among the part-time student. Here is my introduction. Financial stress or financial pressure is referred to as the difficulty that an individual or household that may have in meeting their financial commitment due to a shortage of money. There's a saying that has developed over time for young people on the verge of starting a new adventure heading into university. University is the best time of your life. Make every minute of it count. This is probably because a primary time where university students experiencing less responsibility just before entering the workforce on a full-time basis. Meanwhile, for a part-time student, they have to divide time and cost between studies, works, and their well-being in their everyday life. Besides, coronavirus pandemic has wreaked havoc on the financial situation of this country and its people. I can say that many people have lost their job and financials can impact on students and family. Money is a sensitive topic and big issue, especially for a distant education student. If you ever experience financial worry, whether it was stress about your next rent payment or not knowing where your next meal will come from, you know all too well how too easily those issues can become the one things that distract on your mind. In the midst of financial stress, often a student decides to drop out of a college. In the short term, this does solve the most immediate problem. However, there is a lot of way to get rid of this problem, financial pressure.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is MASALAH binti Rahani. My metric number is 257383. Today we will discuss about financial pressure in COVID-19 pandemic. Money is a sensitive topic and one that on just about everyone's mind regularly. And that's especially true for long-distance learning students. The COVID-19 has become a worldwide disaster. This pandemic not only affected the world economy but also the family economy. Good financial literacy will help individuals avoid financial problems, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. In general, almost half of students have financial problems. As we know, the COVID-19 pandemic has affected many companies and sectors to close their operation, and this has resulted in unpaid staffing and some losing their job. In fact, there are a few parents of students who can no longer afford to pay their children's tuition fees. A string of financial problems indirectly it will affect the students' study. This raises concern among students about their performance and achievement later. Their inability to access the internet is seen as a barrier for them to get info about study and learning during the control order. This pandemic has had a financial impact on students. 13.4% of the students reported that due to the COVID-19, they had lost their job. 40% reported being furloughed, and 19.9% said they were working at places where business had slowed down. One area in which an international student indicate they had been financially affected by COVID-19 was the global situation with exchange rate. Following this event, many students are likely to have developed post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD symptoms that include poor concentration, depression, anxiety, and insomnia. However, researchers have long been encouraging students who have financial problems that affect their cognitive, emotional, and relational well-being. the most recent research on the topic of mental health has been related to financial disorder and money script. From the financial aspect, many students feel burdened when they have to spend money to buy internet data to enable them to attend online classes, online exams, and even to submit assignments. Moreover, some posts drew attention to the fact that the internet is not free and data usage is not unlimited. In other words, parents need to pay for internet, and if their children must spend more time on the internet for studying purpose, this will cost them more money. Many lectures and assignments in the range of subject require a good quality internet connection or a large amount of data usage, which both add to the cost of distance learning online. Okay, that's all for me. I leave it to my other friend. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum and have a good day. My name is Nur Hashila binti Rahani. My metric number is 257584. Straight to my recommend solution about financial pressure in COVID-19 pandemic. In order to overcome the problem stated above, we find that professional and continuing education center PACE and University Utara Malaysia UUM should be reduce tuition fees to their students, especially long distance learning students. Most of long distance learning students said tuition fees should be discounted if they have to study online because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Students strongly support the reduction of tuition fees by at least 30% if lecturers are still unable to make face-to-face classes when the next semester begins. However, we find that tuition fees has included library fees and co-curricular fees that have never used such facilities. The PACE and UUM should look into this matter seriously in order to help students in reducing the financial problems faced by students of long-distance learning, especially those who lost their permanent jobs during the COVID-19 pandemic. Actually, the cost of tuition fees for long-distance learning students is not high, as most of them only study online and no longer make full use of university facilities. It involves semester tuition fees factor, internet facilities for online teaching and learning process. The existing fees should be replaced with internet facilities because students do not use sports facilities, laboratories, library, and lecture rooms. Furthermore, the government has agreed to reduce education fees and public university service fees by up to 15% to help ease the burden of the institution due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. That's all my point. Thank you for your concern. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Hanisha Zwani Bentila and my magic number is 258339. Our topic is a financial pressure in a COVID-19 pandemic. For my solution is a scholarship. Scholarship is my approach to helping students who are affected by COVID-19. A scholarship is a financial assistance grant for a student to pursue his or her education at a private, elementary or high school or post-secondary school, college, university or other academic institution, whatever is private or public, based on different requirements such as a pandemic, merit, diversity and inclusion, athletic ability, financial needed, among other scholarships are awarded. Or a variation of this condition, scholarship requirement is typically reflect this principle and priorities of the award donor or creator. Although beneficiaries of scholarship are not expected to repay scholarship, I believe that many students need a scholarship to continue their study, especially for long-distance learning students. Besides our situation, pandemic COVID-19 nowadays, nearly 70% they were concerned about paying for their education because of COVID-19 pandemic, as parents also affected prepare to send their children to kindergarten, college, or university when we all know many people losing their job during this pandemic. The COVID-19 crisis apparently had a strong effect on the part-time student, undergraduate student, applied science student, and students with a lower standard of living in the senses of academic, work, and life. According to the present result of the global survey, those unable to pay their costs without a scholarship and who lost their job during the pandemic. So, the stronger financial burden around the student's solution is a scholarship. In order to reduce their distress, especially in the social economy aspect of their living, government, bank, and university should implement various support measures for their people, as well as for students, offering pandemic scholarship, free transport, freezing rent, different payment of student loan. Students from around the world have a rating on the value of invitation such as emergency funding for vulnerable student staff with deferred payment of student loan and deferred of reduced payment and financial assistance. As we know, COVID-19, the Movement Control Order (MCO), nowadays all classes were doing by online. When they need to spend more to purchase internet or data to allow them to attend class online exam or submit assignment, so make them feel burdened. In addition, some posts have drawn attention to the fact the internet is not free and the use data is not unlimited. So for my opinion, the best way to overcome this problem is a government, bank or university or other make a scholarship during this pandemic to help students who are affected by this pandemic COVID-19. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nur Sasabila binti Hashim. I would like to talk about solution of financial problems affected by COVID-19. Most distance learning students have financial problems affected by COVID-19. They are the low income group of B40. Students agree that they feel frustrated and depressed when unable to help family who need money because they also need a lot of money to pay tuition fees. Therefore, the solution that can be applied is the role of parents in planning families' finance clearly. Organized and systematic financial management involves short-term and long-term financial goals in a family. Parents in a family need to plan financial management in order to cover future family expenses. In managing this finance, we need to set right goals for success. Other than that, shop wisely. In managing family expenses efficiently, parents play a role setting spending priorities. Spend carefully according to financial suitability. Start with the basic necessities of life such as drinks, food, clothing, shelter, education, and health. Then it is followed by a desire that gives comfort of life. All expenses must be recorded to manage the systematic finance as the best way to ensure finance stability. This is to ensure that there is no excess spending that will affect the finance of the family that has been limited. Parents, who play an important role in overcoming these financial problems, will not cause difficulties in the future as the current situation that occur unexpectedly, which is the COVID-19 pandemic, which has affected income. Thank you.
In conclusion, most students feel stressed and burdened about their personal finances. This is currently can affecting different parts of their well-being in their everyday life as university part-time students. Financial stress can be a walking nightmare for them, and it can be a huge factor in talented students dropping out. Fortunately, through financial aid, cost reduction measurement, and time intervention, we can help more people break out of the circle and earn their degree. This is opportunity for further development of financial support program that can assist with help university students finding a healthy balance with managing their financial hardship in different ways to do not harm their health and well-being. Thank you.